In this video, I am exposing all the secrets of the Yao women's long hair growth. And if you want to know the secret, it's not just rice water. If you're not new to this channel, then you know that I have done tons of videos on rice water. And if you haven't been living under a rock, then you've heard about rice water. And that it is the secret to the Yao women's long, strong, flourishing hair that never goes gray. And they say their one secret is the rice water. But if you saw my recent video, I made the traditional secret recipe of rice water that the Yao women make. This is the completed rice water right here. And in that video, I explained all their secrets. I made it exactly how they make it. And as I was doing my research, I found out that the reason why the Yao women's hair grows so long is not just rice water. That just happens to be one of the things they do. But there are so many other things, and I have listed all of them down so we can have the secrets too, so we can also grow long, strong, and healthy hair. So if you want to know what all those secrets are to grow long hair like those Yao women, then keep watching all the way till the end of this video. My name is Angelica. I do a bunch of videos about rice water, natural hair, growing your natural hair, and a little bit of beauty and skincare here and there when requested. So if you're interested in those kinds of videos, please consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. And let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I have the 11 secrets to long hair that the Yao women use. And the first one is the one everybody can guess. Let's say it together. Rice water. I don't need to explain that much for this one. I have done tons of rice water videos. I will link a playlist in the description box below and at the end of this video. Let's get to the 10 secrets that no one actually tells us. So the second secret of the Yao women to long, healthy, strong hair is they do not cut their hair. They only cut their hair once in their life, and this is a whole ceremony when they turn 18 years old, and it is only cut about shoulder length, so it's not cut bald. And from the time they're 18 until whenever that time is, all these Yao women never cut their hair. They don't trim it, they don't cut it at all. So think about all the times you've complained about your hair being not that long, but think how many times have you actually cut it? You've probably big chopped, got bad ends, maybe dyed it, had to cut off the dyed hair and have to keep going back. These women from the time they turn 18 literally never cut their hair. So that is one of their major secrets to having really long hair. So it seems like common sense, but a lot of people I know, even personally, complain that they don't have long hair, but they are constantly cutting it and trimming it way too many times. The third reason why the Yao women have such long, healthy hair, unfortunately, is something that we cannot acquire, and this is genetics. All the Yao women are actually from the same family, and they all have the same last name, and I believe their last names comes first, which is Pan. So all the Yao women literally are all from the same tribe. They all have the same last name, which means they all have the same genetics. So the rice water reacts to their hair very similarly. Their hair grows at a very similar rate, and everything that's related to genetics with hair, they have those same genetics. So the way their hair grows is also partly to do with their genetics, but that doesn't mean that we can't reap the rest of the benefits from the secrets that I'm going to share with you. The fourth thing the Yao women do to keep their hair long, strong, and healthy is they wash their hair with fresh river water. They literally go to the river, they wash their hair in the river, so there's no chemicals, there's nothing that has been added to the water. The water is naturally soft. Not to mention, where the river flows, there's actually bamboo in that water, or where the water passes, so it's like got the nutrients from the bamboo as well, so it's nice and strengthening. It doesn't add any weird chemicals to their hair, so their hair is chemical free, and the water is so soft it makes their hair soft, and it doesn't interact with anything else in their hair. Now you might be wondering, where am I going to find a river to wash your hair? All you need to do is try and at least use filtered water. Try and get a filter for your hair, or if you have access, even at least for the last wash, some kind of mineral water or boiled water, so that it can at least help reduce the amount of impurities that are going into your hair, making your hair nice and soft. Or you can at least just try to use boiled water so that it reduces the amount of impurities in your hair. The next reason why the Yao women have such long, beautiful hair is because they live in a pollution-free environment. Now I know they they have cell phones, they have restaurants and everything, they use WeChat, but compared to the city, they are still living in basically a village. They've got trees all around, they've got mountains, they've got a river that's flowing, and also their bodies, because you need to remember that hair growth is usually a reflection of your health. When your hair looks very healthy, strong, and shiny, it's because even your internal organs are in great shape. So if there's no pollution around, you're not inhaling any bad air, your hair is not getting affected by the elements, you have good hair. So how can we implement this? First of all, if your hair is usually in a head wrap or some kind of covering, even for a certain amount of time, you can avoid the pollution affecting your hair. And possibly having some plants in your house that can at least help clean up the air can help you with pollution. The sixth tip is the Yao women experience very little stress. Now, obviously, everyone has different kinds of stress in their life, whether it's to do with relationships or something like that, but they don't have the stresses like modern day people who are constantly on the go, running, rushing for time. They live in the village. Everything is kind of slowed down. It's like a slower pace. It's like you're on a vacation. You can have regular daily life stresses, but if you compare it to us who are living in the city and working and all this, they have way less stress. And stress is a huge factor when it comes to hair growth, when it comes to hair loss. Sometimes when you're extremely stressed, you can experience extreme shedding. Your hair will stop growing properly. It's going to be breaking. So the fact that they have less stress helps them have such healthy hair. So a way that you can relieve stress is to do an activity that naturally distresses you specifically. So if that means working out, going for a walk, yoga, drinking some water, watching a TV program that makes you feel good, reading, all these things that can help you de-stress will actually help your hair grow. But in general, if you try and keep as healthy and as calm as you can, it will reflect in your hair. The seventh tip is something that came from an assumption from all the research that I was doing about the Yao women. They don't refer specifically to anything in their diet, but if you see when they eat food, even in their restaurants, everything they eat is very lean. The chicken that they have, because they don't have any like modernized kinds of feed for the chickens and the food, and everything is kind of naturally homegrown. It is organic. They don't eat processed foods. And even if you look at all the women and men in the village during these documentaries, there is no one who looks very skinny, unhealthy skinny, and there's no one who looks obese. Everyone just looks pretty much healthy. Of course, you cannot do this as a general to say every single person in the village is like this, but the majority of the people look healthy. Most of them wake up really early in the morning to go and work in the field, so they are pretty active as well. And this is just common sense. Like I said earlier on, your health reflects in your hair. So the fact that they are healthy, they eat good food that is nutritious, and also are active. So the way that you can do that is, of course, working out, waking up in a consistent schedule, because having a lot of sleep actually promotes hair growth, and eating a healthy diet that is packed with nutrients that are good for your body and also good for your hair is a way that you can apply this to your own hair. The eighth tip is something I'm actually already implementing in my hair regimen to a certain degree, and this is the Yao women actually never use shampoo in their hair at all. The rice water is what they use as shampoo, so when they wash their hair to remove all the dirt and impurities, they actually just use the rice water to do that. Now, of course, we use other products that can clog your hair, and just the pollution in the environment makes us not able to not completely use shampoo. But something that we can learn from them is co-washing. So what I do is I only shampoo my hair once a month. So if you at least co-wash, it will help your hair be less dry. And this is a major reason to why the Yao women have such strong, soft, and shiny hair. Because even though the rice water has protein in it, they do not use any shampoo, so it doesn't dry out their hair, and their hair is always soft and shiny and silky. The ninth reason why the Yao women have such long, beautiful hair is because their hair is naturally bone straight. So with us, we have really curly hair. So even when detangling the hair, no matter how gentle you are, there's still a chance that your hair is going to get tangled. These women have extremely straight hair, and it is very naturally silky, so their hair doesn't get tangled, so they don't have the same struggles that we have in terms of maintaining length, because their natural oils easily run down from their scalp to the shaft of the hair, and also there's no tangling because the hair is straight, and this prevents breakage as well. So the best thing that we can do for our own hair is just to minimize the amount of manipulation we do try to detangle as gently as possible. The 10th reason why the Yao women have such long healthy hair is because they protective style basically every day of their lives. Their hair is always in a protective style, and they have different styles, but mostly it's just one huge twist that is wrapped around their hair. They rarely do any kinds of braids or even two strand twists or anything like that. They just do one big twist and wrap it around their hair. That means low manipulation. Their hair is not constantly moving around. It's not rubbing against their clothes. They're not brushing it 100 times a day. So the manipulation is very, very low. And even while they're twisting their hair, the manipulation is also low. So like married women with children wrap their hair in a certain way. It has kind of like a ball in the front. And then married women who have no children also wrap their hair in a certain way. And then the girls who are not then the single people who are not married and don't have children also wrap their hair in a certain way, and they have a head covering. So until you get married, their hair is basically in a protective style and under some kind of head wrap or bonnet the entire time they're outside. So that means your hair is double protected, protective styles and away from any kinds of elements. This makes their hair to stay nice and moisturized, hydrated, soft, and shiny. And the way to implement this is my favorite way. My hair is usually in twists. I just put them in loose twists. Of course, I can't do one big twist because again, my hair is curly. I just wrap my hair in twists, and then I go ahead and keep it in a head wrap or even a bonnet if I'm just home for even 2 weeks at a time, and I see amazing results from this. So there's definitely ways that we can apply so many of these tips and tricks that the Yao women have to our own hair care. The last one is, because they don't use any modern techniques, they do not also straighten their hair, so there's no heat that they add to their hair. They never have to blow dry it or flat iron it. They don't use that kind of heat, so they never get any kinds of heat damage. They also never use any kinds of chemicals in their hair. It is only 100% natural products, and it's obvious the ways that we can do this for ourselves. If you want more videos about how to grow your hair and specifically rice water, comment that rice bowl emoji in the comment section below, or you can comment what you'd like to see in the future. Give this video a thumbs up, hit my face there if you didn't subscribe in the beginning, and watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen right here if you'd like to see any of my older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.